for a little bit of time. All right, and get back to some practicality. In other words, where we can use this stuff. All right,
where everything makes sense.
Yeah, where it makes sense. This is actually, I think this makes sense, but they'll play with your head a bit. All right, so we have to talk about acids and bases, and you use them every day. All right, whether it's something you eat like an orange, or something you might use to when your parents say you need to clean the kitchen counter. All right, or the toilet bowl, or whatever the case may be. All right, so depending on, all right, and then there's some of you that probably don't even use either or. All right, so we've talked about acids in terms of hydrogen. Okay, so the characteristic feature of most acids, according, and then of course you'll get to grade 11, and they'll totally tell you anything you learn in grade 9 and 10 is totally wrong. So, but for the most part, all right, acids are considered to be those substances that contain hydrogen. Okay, so right now that's what we're going to take it. Later on, we talk about proton donors and electron acceptors and all that stuff. But right now, we're going to say if you see H, like we did before, HCl, all right, with an AQ, and that tells you it's an acid. All right, any bases basically have the OH, although except for organic chem. Because if you see OH, it becomes an alcohol, right? So you have to put this in a perspective. So when we talk about this here, it'd be something like HCl with an AQ, all right? Whereas this would be NaOH, all right? Whereas if you put it like this, all right, that would be methanol, right? Which is all right? That's totally different than that.
Is that salt, sir? Does this
and
salt?
If you take one of the reasons why it's important to know about acids and bases that, depending on where you use it, but sometimes you'll use some strong acids and you'll spill on the floor and you go, okay, what do I do next besides run, all right, or watch it, dissolve your floor, all right? What do you do in order to neutralize it? So if you add it to, if you take an acid of some strength you're going to learn about later on and add it to a base of similar strength, what will happen is you'll form a salt in water. So you're going to neutralize it and make it unreactive or not corrosive, all right? So, for example, in your bodies, all right, your stomach produces an acid called hydrochloric acid for the whole purpose of breaking down your food. All right. Well, sometimes when you get heartburn, all right, which is basically the acid moving its way back up your digestive tract, you might take Tums for the tummy. All right. Well, Tums is another name for Tums is
turmeric acid.
When you buy it, what do they call it? In other words, if you have an upset stomach, they tell you to take something acid. A what? An antacid. Right, so you're close. Okay, take an antacid, which means you're taking something that's anti-acid, so you're going to take it to it so it's going to neutralize it and make it, right? So you take something like Tums, which is basically like chalk. All right, so if you didn't have anything else, you could probably take chalk and that would neutralize it. All right?
But chalk is calcium.
Chalk.
It's made of calcium.
Chalk is calcium carbonate, right? It's a salt.
Can you eat it?
What? Yeah, I mean, you ever watch those crazy, strange addictions where people... Huh?
Mr. Langtree bit it. Like, you just bite it.
Yeah, you can bite it. It's calcium carbonate.
But it tastes good.
It
tastes bad.
Oh, yeah. So,
Yeah, shot.
what do you add a little ketchup to yours or what?
I had it when I was younger.
Yeah.
She fries it.
All right. So,
Chalk fries.
So for us, in terms of practicality, you have when you digest food and you break it down, when it gets down into your intestines, you got to neutralize it because if you don't, it'll wear a hole in your digestive tube, or if it goes the other way in your esophagus, right? And because you're in MYP, soon to maybe progress into IB, your what I call your sensationalism for worrying will get the best of you, and you'll actually maybe end up with an ulcer, which is basically where the inside of your stomach doesn't produce enough mucus, and the acid will actually burn a hole in your...
How do you treat the ulcer?
Milk.
Milk? No.
More milk.
More milk. Okay? So yeah, you drink milk to neutralize, to build up the mucus layer on the inside.
Does the flavor of milk
No, it's just the milk actually causes you to make more mucus.
Which
Yeah.
is why you're not supposed to have dairy when you sit.
Yeah, or yogurt or whatever, or you stop eating it, like, you know, like us white people like to eat, try our hand at the brown food, so therefore we end up with, if we're not used to that spiciness, we could end up getting a,
Or you can leave IB.
yeah, right, so if you change your diet, you can cause an ulcer.
Yeah, that's never
It's
the
not just
option.
stress, so you can, so if you eat
I can't.
food that you're not used to eating and it's too rich, it'll cause your stomach. What's that? Yeah. Alright, yeah. Okay? Alright, and if you're working in a lab, then that means if you spill something on the floor, you add a base to it and it'll neutralize it, and that way you're not going to cause any issues, alright?
Explosions.
So, there are some things you have to know about these guys, so.
Is this on Manage Bath? No, it's not Manage Bath.
Wait, can you give us like the...
Is it on Manage Bath?
No, you guys can write this down.
Sir, do you know what torta is?
What?
You know what torta is?
Don't worry.
You know what that is?
No,
Don't worry.
I'm going to.
It's like a base of
All
every
right.
It's
food.
the worst smelling thing on the planet.
Oh, please.
It's worse than the worst.
All right, so if you have a grapefruit, you guys take grapefruit, it tastes sour. Okay, grapefruits have citric acid.
But that's why you add salt
Okay.
to it.
Right.
Oh.
Okay, yes, that's right. That's why you do, or you can add sugar to it to make it even sweeter than it already is. All right. So acids predominantly taste sour. They turn a chemical called litmus paper, and all litmus paper is an indicator. It's a piece of paper, and I think you might have used it in grade 9, maybe.
Oh, is that that colored thingy?
No, it's a little wee piece of paper like this. It's usually, okay, no? All right, so it turns litmus paper red or pink.
Oh, is it like those pool testers when you put
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what oh, now everything makes sense.
Okay.
I always used to get like blank. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, why are you doing this? Yeah, there you go. Now you know.
Oh.
Okay, so you find out whether or not, so yeah, you could test the water for a swimming pool to see whether or not people have been peeing in it, or whether or not the chlorine's too high or too low. All right, and it tends to react with metals. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit to the bottom of this. So when you take a metal, all right, plus an acid, all right, and we know that acid is, I'm going to say HX. Okay, X can be anything. All right, use them. All right. So when you do that, what do you produce? So what type of reaction is that? So if you take, say, magnesium plus HCl,
You
what
got
reaction?
that's a cold
Oh my God! Do I have to spell this out for you, ladies?
molecular.
Single displacement.
A single displacement, a single.
Oh.
All right? So
That's what her test, right?
so if I go and do this, make that, what's left over?
H.
H what? H.
2.
H2. Okay. In other words, you're gonna produce hydrogen gas. All right. So one of the things that any type of metal that you're gonna put in with an acid will produce hydrogen gas. Okay. So it always. So
This is on the test.
Maybe.
Yeah, single displacement.
Yeah.
These equations are.
All right.
Give me some food.
And then last year you guys did that because you know that if you put a splint up there, it should go what? Pop, right? I think. Yes.
Change.
Never saw it.
You don't have. I don't have change. Do you have coins? Awesome.
All right. So it shows you. So if I put that metal in there, eventually over time it's going to break down. And depending on how strong that is, it could either happen really quick or really slow. All right. If I take something like vinegar and put it in there, will the reaction be quick or slow? It will be slow. All right. Whereas if I use hydrochloric acid, the reaction will be extremely fast. Okay. Especially it's, all right. And that white stuff that's going up there is hydrogen gas. All right.
Isn't that dangerous?
All right. And it reacts with bases, which we already said that. Is it dangerous? Depending on the amount you produce, yes. Okay. So in manufacturing, for example, they sometimes use acids to clean copper and metals, right? So that one of the products they get is hydrogen gas coming out. All right. Sometimes they will use this reaction to produce hydrogen gas that they sell over at Max Air over there, back over there by Costco, and they'll buy it.
Is that why they use vinegar to clean the vests?
Yes,
That's cool.
because it
it's
takes
not-
off the. Yeah, sir. It's a base. Sodium bicarbonate.
It's a base.
Yeah,
Custom, where can I get food? I'll
because
go
it
myself.
produces hydrogen and carbon dioxide.
I'm not gonna go in the middle class, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
I know the place.
usually use it to clean your drains as opposed to using Drano.
Is that debit card?
Okay? And, okay. On the other hand, your antacids or bases or alkaline sometimes, okay, they don't taste sour, they're going to taste something else.
You're gonna taste
Nasty? Okay,
They
nasty.
just-
No,
they
nasty's
taste
not part.
dry and
Starts with a B.
bubbly.
Bitter. Very bitter.
Bitter.
All right? So if you've ever had bitters or you ever had,
Sir, I drink acid.
avocado, for example, is bitter.
So I drink acids all the time. I know how it tastes.
Yeah. All right? And litmus paper turns color of the title.
White, red,
Blue.
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 Title.
All right? It should say, okay, it's going blue. There you go. It's going blue. All right? So it turns, it will turn litmus paper from red to blue, and it will turn litmus paper from blue to red. All right? Sorry. Okay. For you guys, because we use it to clean, all right, if you take soap or you take other clean parts, so like Vim or stuff like that, when you put it in your hand, it actually will be very slippery. All right? And that's part of the, if you want to call it, the caustic properties of it. All right? Sorry? It's actually a base. Yeah.
So our base is harmful. Like, what if I put all baking soda all over myself?
Or bacon. Go right ahead. It won't hurt you.
So how?
You can bleach. Well, if you put so the worst thing you want to ever do is you want to ever put bleach with ammonia product.
Oh, isn't it like?
Is that? Oh, that's not.
Okay, so you take Windex or you take Vim or you take Lysol and you add bleach to it, you could kill yourself.
Because it produces a gas.
Yes, really. It gives off chlorine gas. Chlorine gas is akin to mustard gas, which you learned in history. Right. So they use that's what it is. What?
Could you make a weapon out of it? Like, if I did
So like if someone soaked like those Lysol wipes,
Well, I don't
they
really
might
attack
use
the
it and
foot.
throw it, or like pump it over
Yeah.
the
So the only way to get more like E on the
Well, that's why they don't use. Okay, sir. Is that why they use vinegar instead of bleach to clean the school?
So if you, all right, so one of the reasons why they don't use cleaning products in schools anymore is because it's a certain, I'm not sure where it happened, but it's not our, we as science teachers sometimes bring bleach into school. We're not supposed to. We're supposed to get like our hands slapped big time, but the only way we can do some of the experiments is to bring bleach in. So if we clean the countertops or whatever with bleach or Ajax or whatever it is, that cleaning product, and they come in and clean it with an ammonia base like Vim or Lysol or whatever, it produces chlorine gas. So a person died because of the reaction that took place. That produced the gas, not in this school, somewhere in enclosed. This space here doesn't produce a lot, but if you're doing it in your bathroom, all right, every now and then when you add those two together, all right, they will produce that lovely yellowish gas, chlorine gas, otherwise known as mustard gas. All right, it's yellow. So have you ever seen? I've seen it in pools when I used to work at pools, and if the chlorine gets too high and you have certain reactions take place with cleaning product, you can see this yellow cloud coming out from the. You run the other way because it'll kill you on contact. Yeah, because what it does is it reacts with the respiratory, the water, and it produces acid, burns the whole respiratory tract out.
So it's sure.
Yeah, you have to breathe, sir. Yeah. So if you're not walking around like that, so yeah, and you can only hold your breath for so long, and even if it gets like
They tell us.
you're trying to hold your breath, it'll still get up inside your nasal.
They tell us if you come to a pool situation where there's people lying on the ground and you see yellow gas, just don't go in.
Don't go in it.
They're like they're dead
Don't do
already.
it.
They're like they're dead already.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah,
do
you're
anything.
dead on dead. Yeah. Yes, sir.
If you mix it up, like
depending on the quantity that you put, yes.
Amr,
What? To
you
burn
have a practice today?
inside.
You have a practice today?
What?
No?
What, drinking bleach? Yeah. It'll burn.
Drinking
Yeah.
bleach.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Why you want to do
Don't
that?
worry, we'll win it, man. We'll win it.
never know.
The captain said it, man. We'll win it. The captain said it. We'll win it. Don't worry.
Okay, so reactive
Yeah.
acids.
Yeah.
And
So we haven't done any experiments yet.
I know, we're getting there. We're going to go a little
It didn't
walk.
work the first time.
Can we blow something up, man?
Like, you and your blowing things up.
Like how would we make fire with that bubbly thing? Like those bubbly things. I don't know what they're
What,
called.
methane bubbles?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Where you make like it makes bubbles and you light it on
You
fire.
light it up. Just for you, I'm gonna come in here and make the biggest bubble you can find, so when it goes boom, it's gonna go.
Hey, Costa.
Alright, so,
Please.
we're gonna, here's where we make the fun part of the, not the fun part. So, I said to you that all acids are H plus and OH, okay? That's if it's based on this guy named Arrhenius. Alright, then there's the Brownstead Lowry.
Damn them both.
Okay, now, the importance of the second one is more related to how you produce ATP in your body. So how do you get energy? All right, so when you go through cellular respiration.
Piyush. How is this gonna help us in life? You tell me. That's his answer to
How's it gonna help me in life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing math. He was like, how is this gonna help me in life?
I just want to know how to make a bomb. My life's goal is to make a bomb.
You want your 15 seconds of shame.
Now then, find your house address.
It's like, sir, you better give him 100 now.
How big of a bomb you blow up with here? So 10
years from now, we're gonna hear about you in the news, right?
Yeah. With the mug shots.
We had a, so you know when they had the G20 summit, they had all the stuff back then when they burned the car and all that. The guy that got arrested and got charged with most of the stuff actually was a student that went here. And when he went here, he actually cleared the building one time because he was pissed off at the librarian and phoned in a bomb threat to the.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
We heard about our school went to lockdown.
Yeah. So he's phoned in a bomb threat to the school and actually put a, if you want to call it a fake pipe bomb in the library, so that that wasn't anything in the bomb, but he put the pipe pieces together and made it look like.
So the bomb's gone and everything.
Oh yeah, I wasn't here then, but that's before my time. So
Wait, what's the dude's name?
So wait, this is not
yeah,
Did he graduate?
huh?
He graduated?
Yeah, he graduated, went on to university, and then decided that he was going to dabble some more in some explosive stuff. Huh?
Was it like a long time ago?
No, many.
Yeah, it was before him.
Yeah, just I think the year before.
Yeah, yo, our school went into lockdown too.
So it's about 20.
I think it's
Somebody
because
did.
our school has a lockdown.
that was
when we were in grade 7. There was a lockdown because they said there was a threat at Turner.
Turner for a bomb.
There was a
Yo,
threat at Turner.
Piyush, always go to get was he suicide
They
bomb?
had us.
Wait, did you get in trouble for that?
What?
Did you get in
Yeah, he got suspended. Yeah,
Why not expel?
he got suspended and charged. He got charged. Yeah,
Never mind, I don't want to do that.
yeah. He got charged.
I know. My one guy's parents had to pay like 6,000 to bail him out of prison
Yeah.
because he got into a fight and they had like machetes.
Machetes, yeah.
That's like
Nah, he wasn't even doing anything. He just got caught with them. Huh? You know how there's a fight between Sandalwood and HB? Like a month ago. Huh? I can't hear you. Yeah, no, not that one. I'm talking about like
Okay, so, let's put a little bit of theory to practice, see if you guys can figure this out. Okay? So, if I take, we're going to use an example. So